I'm currently watching all of the Angry Birds Hatchling shorts that I hadn't seen. Despite my addiction to Christmas animations, I've never seen Season's Greetings from the Hatchlings, and I think this was out about 8 years ago. And I finally watched it, and it's definitely very cute. I definitely recommend it. But compared to the other two that I've just watched, one being Happy Easter and the other being Happy Mother's Day, I think it's the weakest of the three, and I think that's because it's lacking something. And I'm not 100% sure exactly what that would be, but I'll explain what I mean by that in a moment. There will be spoilers from now as I discuss this because the entire thing is about a minute. So I'll talk about things that I love, personal highlights, and then I'll mention what I think is missing. And here we have 5 hatchlings. They are absolutely adorable. My favourite one in this short is the little green hatchling, and I'll talk about why in a moment. But they all start off trying to sing a Christmas carol, and we have this snowy background. One of them's wandering around, another one decides to lick the screen, which I hadn't expected, but it worked very well. I like that little bit of interaction, and that's pretty much it. Not much happens. Now, not much happens in the other ones either, but I think this one is lacking because it's not as visually engaging as the other two. I know maybe it's not fair for me to compare it to the other two, but I'm watching them back to back. So when I can see how brilliant those two are, it really emphasizes that something here is lacking. And I think that's because there's not that much to look at beyond the hatchlings. They're not wearing cute clothing. I think they should have put them in little winter hats or scarves or some kind of winter wear. They could have put a Christmas tree in the background or something, or gifts or something, just something visual to represent the holiday season, and it would have been a little bit more engaging, because otherwise you've just got a minute of the hatchlings mostly not doing very much. But we do have this green hatchling who is just wandering around, occasionally out of frame, falling over. He really helped save it. It is very sweet, but it's maybe not the most engaging. But this green hatchling really helped to pick things up whenever he was on screen, which was not all of the time, but I particularly fond of him. I rather liked him. The animation quality is stunning though. It's beautiful visually, but again, once you've watched it for about 10 seconds, I feel like there needs to be something else there, something else in the background, or even something as ridiculous as Santa's sleigh faintly flying off in the distance or something, just something else to look at, because the interaction with the hatchlings isn't that interesting. Again, to compare it to the other two, there's a lot more talking and singing, so there's a lot more to listen to. Whereas with this one, not much to listen to, not really that much to look at, but it's still adorable. So I did still enjoy it, but I know that I could have enjoyed it a lot more if they'd done a little bit more with it visually, or made the dialogue or the singing just a little bit more engaging. So it's not perfect. There's definitely room for improvement. But nevertheless, Season's Greetings from the Hatchlings is still very, very cute. And if you're a fan of the Angry Birds films or the Hatchlings, it's definitely worth checking out.